Alright, so in this one, as we are beginning the Majin Buu Saga celebration here with the recent Zenkai of Majin Vegeta, the red one, obviously. The purple one is really too recent for that, even though he does need one, to be fair. I'm going to do my predictions of what could be coming to Legends. I will say the first few is the iffy ones, and then the later ones will be the ones I do believe, they're probably in the thumbnail, honestly. And yeah, let's get into it. So if you're wondering, this campaign, there's no real hint to what part of the Majin Buu Saga they're doing. Obviously, we do have Majin Vegeta Zenkai, and that's, you know, probably the second biggest moment in the arc. I mean, Vegeta's probably a bigger moment than Majin Vegeta, to be fair. Well, I would say Majin Vegeta's a bigger moment, and then Vegeta, and then the Spirit Bomb at the end, right? Probably goes in that order. So do have the biggest moment in the arc represented now with the Red Majin Vegeta Zenkai, but anything from there, we don't know. Again, we do have this Legends Road Gohan that has returned. By the way, that actually did say, like, 2 or 3 years ago, prepare for Zenkai in, like, a Twitter post. They deleted it, like, very quickly, but they said prepare for Zenkai for this guy a couple of years ago, so I actually could see this guy getting a Zenkai very soon. But to go over what I would want to see, I mean, actually we could just go through the actual tag here and see what's already in-game, right? So we have Majin Buu Saga tag already sorted out. What we have, so we have 2 Vegetos, we have obviously all this from DBZ. What don't we have that we do need? There's a few things. There's not too many, but there is a few. If not modernizing unit, just making them a Sparking or Ultra at this point. First thing that comes to my mind is this Goku. Super Saiyan 2 Goku from the Goku versus Majin Vegeta fight. Now, I understand the fight's a little wishy-washy. You know, Goku was pitying Vegeta at some points, holding back, and, you know, maybe not everyone likes that part of the fight. I personally don't. But I will say this fight was still very nicely choreographed and very nicely handled. A lot of hand-to-hand combat, and that's obviously the best thing. Beams are kind of lazy, so got like someone doing like a handstand, doing like a kickflip upside down. That other one's like punching their eyeball or some shit. Like they're going kind of crazy at that point, right? So I would say that Super Saiyan 2 Goku definitely does need some representation as a Sparking. Would we get a 1% unit on these banners? I would say possibly. This is a campaign, I do believe. So with celebrations, we guarantee get them, right? Look at Battle Hour, we got a 1%, right? Rev UI, and then Roshi. And then with Legends Festival, 1%, right? With Anniversary, 1%, right? These are celebrations. With campaigns, I'm not sure the certainty. Look at LF Cooler, right? That was a PO campaign, and LF Cooler came solo with an EX unit. So it's possible. It is a new year. They did change the All-Star banner format, and how that's obviously represented with it being 1200 Z-Power, LS on the banner now. Like, they've updated stuff to be more modernized, right? So I could see them having 1% unit, and that Goku being such a easy candidate for it is right there in front of us. Another easy candidate is Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. We need a modern one. I mean, really, we have this red one transformed into Super Saiyan 3, and I guess he's not that old, but like, DBL 23, we're, you know, high DBL 50s here. We need a new one of him. If nothing else, what I do want as just something that's already in-game, give my guy a Zenkai. And if you're not going to give him a Zenkai, listen, the arc is called Majin Buu Saga, right? So, Majin Buu, he's right there in the name. If you're not going to give Kid Buu a Zenkai, give Green Buuhan one. He's first anniversary. Let my bro kind of try to eat. Not even eat fully. He's not going to eat. He's about to be 5 years old. Like, he's not going to eat, but, like, let him exist. Let him coexist with, like, half-decent units. I mean, he could be an off option where you have, you know, the new red cell, you run this Buuhan, then you run whatever else, a yellow unit, whatever yellow comes out is like a 1% yellow fat Buu LF, or, you know, something like that, right? Just let a Buu character get a Zenkai, please! We are in their arc, let them go, let them be one of you, or you, or you, or you, somebody here, let them get a Zenkai, please! Not you, don't let him Zenkai, but any Buu character, let them Zenkai! Now, for the units I do anticipate to come into the game, there's a couple options. See, there's 6 options here. We are going to be going over the ones I think are least likely. So I do think this Super Saiyan 2 Goku into a Majin Vegeta fight setting could be an LF into a 1%. Now, the LF would probably be Goku. Again, Majin Vegetas have good representation. You have the purple one, the blue one, the red one. And even more so, I would not doubt that we get a lot more Vegeta in the future, just because that's a pretty popular form, right? This Super Saiyan 2 Goku, though, he needs some rep. I already talked about with the EX here. I don't think this is very likely. This is not really the hypest moment in the arc. I will say, though, just to mention, it is going to be part 1 into part 2 into part 3. We're kind of approaching that part 2 setting within next week, being the start of middle April, which is probably when the banners drop, right? Then the Ultra probably be the end of April. But still, I could see this being feasible. I just don't think it's like, yup, this is going to happen guaranteed. I do think it is possible. And I want to point something out. There were these leaks. From what I know, and I just scrolled all the way down. Thank you, Discord, for auto-scrolling. I appreciate you. This is my Discord server, by the way. There were these leaks that are here. You could see them with it saying Legends Battle Royal. It says Ultra Gogeta Blue reprint. Just to point out, that says mid-April, the second thing here, like that second lining of text. We are in the first week of April. I mean, we're just ending the first week of April even. And obviously with that, this is fake. From what I know, this doesn't make any sense. Once again, we are in the first week of April, then UGB just returned. How would this be any sense of the word concise? People were telling me this was translated from Chinese. I'm like 99% sure this is Japanese, the original text. So yeah, don't follow this. I know people are saying this is like, oh my god, it's a leak, it's a leak. No, I mean, there's probably some common sense involved in this. You know, having a Legends Battle Royal, every part of Celebration would make sense. A Majin Buu Saga based one, a DBL X2X based one, and then whatever that new Ultra is, suddenly based along their tag, right? That's just common sense. A Zenkai happening, common sense, right? These are just things that you obviously can't point out that are just already given that are going to happen in Celebration. So nothing here you should take as like 100% truth or certainty. I would just say ignore this. People are looking at it. I have to address it because people keep mentioning it to me. Oh my god, go over the leaks. There's no real leaks. There really isn't. If there were, that'd be, you know, something interesting to look at, but they're not here. There's no leaks on this. So far, they have leaked a Majin Vegeta in the past, which was Anniversary last year, but so far there's nothing. So get those out of your head because those are not real leaks, to point out. Now, to keep going, I do think this is very easily an LF character, and if they don't want to LF him, make him 1%. And yes, we do have this BUU already, Super BUU, that does the Hero Extinction attack, where he does kill every single human besides Hercule, because the good part of BUU, well, said, nah, fam, I ain't gonna do that. I like him. We could get this. I think this is, like, 30% chance. Again, there's a part of me that believes last year was the LF droids. This is the time slot of the LF droids. And how they were is they're not that hyped. They're not that boring. You know, they did kill a main character, and, you know, BUU is murdering, you know, the 8 Chi-Chi, Bulma, 18, Krillin, all the Z fighters basically. Goten, Trunks, Gohan, you know, pick. Everyone's basically KO'd at this point. It's just Goku and Vegeta. Like, legitimately, at that point, nobody's left. So I would say if Super BUU is capable of getting, you know, near to this level of murdering a lot of people, or if not just in capturing their body into his own, because BUU is a freak like that, this could be an LF. I mean, again, I'm just trying to think of hype-wise. If the droids could get one in the same time slot, and they're not that cool, but they killed one cool character, so they're kind of cool by association of that kill, to absorb a lot of Z fighters, just have them inside of you, basically, just essentially killing them because they can't do anything, right? They're helpless at this point. They were helpless in the beginning of it, but they're helpless now because they literally have no energy. They're inside of you. I would think this just fits. I would hope this works out and become an LF. I just want a regen buff, to be real. I think Majin Buu Saga is a very good saga to get a regen buff, as BUU has the Super BUU, Kid BUU, Fat BUU, BUU Tanks, Buuhan. He has a billion forms, bro. Like, we have Buff BUU even. He's not in game, but that's the form that exists, right? We have like 6 or 7 forms of BUU. I just want a regen buff. I think this is possible. It's not as hype as maybe a different form of BUU, but it definitely is a scene that's pretty fucking dark and pretty goddamn cool. And the android scene, I mean, they're killing the last remaining hope, literally. Because Trunks can't do shit. He has to leave and then come back, and then he gets to be able to do stuff because, you know, time chamber, all that shit. You know how the story goes if you watch Z. I assume you did. That's why you're watching the channel. BUU is the same premise. You know, no one can really do anything about him. He's murdering everything. He's beating Gotenks' ass. Piccolo's just there, kind of being that comedy show at this point. Goku MIA on, you know, Supreme Kai's planet, Vegeta, kaboom. Like, nothing is existent. Gohan's like 2 fucking puddle seconds away from death and Z. Like, there is nothing that can happen. This scene is so good, and there's just so many good things that could come from this BUU arriving in the game. PO, regen, Majin Buu Saga, if he gives that, like, a pure base Z ability, right? Like, 3% to strike arts inflicted, and a strike tech and defense to Majin Buu Saga, regen and PO. Oh my god. Gives you some USV buff, gives you some Majin Vegeta buff, whatever the case is, whatever the other units are. I think this unit would be a very good introduction to the game as an LF, because we already have him as a Sparking, as the purple one, or just Zenkai the purple one. He'll suck, but like, Zenkai him. Also, I'm pretty sure he's range type, which, please don't be range type. This is the only range type move that Super BUU does, besides a Vice Shout, and even then, is that really even ranged? I mean, guess so, but like, still, make him strike-based, please. You know how strike-based units are compared to blast-based. Now, the more likely candidates to happen. I actually do think this Super Saiyan 3 Goku could be the Ultra. You see it on the thumbnail here. Look, there's 2 Ultra possibilities in my head. All right, I don't think there's much more than that, to be real, but maybe we can cope a third one. I'll just say the 2 I think, though. This Goku, Super Saiyan 3, from this situation here, where he goes Super Saiyan 3 against Fat BUU to stall for time, and then, well, fights Fat BUU, right? And then it's going to be Majin Vegeta, because Majin Vegeta is an LF. Well, they're not going to give him another LF too quickly. It's, you know, Super Vegeta doesn't have another LF, and he's 5 years old, right? And he's, you know, the first anniversary LF. We don't have Namek Goku another LF. He's one of the first ones. FSK, the literal first Legends Limited unit with a legendary finish. He doesn't have another one. Beerus, the actual first Legends Limited, just no LF, doesn't have another one. So I don't think we could redo Majin Vegeta, and I'll talk about more once we get to him. But Super Saiyan 3 Goku, we already have a LF one that is from the fight after, where he goes in Super Saiyan 3 against Kid BUU there, obviously. But this scene, it is very iconic. This is one of the most iconic scenes in Dragon Ball. You know, you look up Goku going Super Saiyan, you know, Gohan beating Cell, Super Saiyan 2. And then Super Saiyan 3 Goku, it's up there, right? It's more popular than probably UI or MUI or all these cool scenes, you know, even though they crashed the internet for the days they came out. Super Saiyan 3 Goku is still like a top 5 scene minimum that somebody would know. And, you know, this is a game that wants to make money. Having this be an Ultra would make sense. Obviously, the tags of a buff would be, you know, Sun family needs not much help, but like they could use a little bit of help, I guess. You don't want to forever run 4Ku or 4s. One of them's going to get dropped eventually, right? Especially 4Ku not having double cover rescue because it is on Sun family instead of GT, because you run Red Pan over any GT character at that point, because she's just better than the other GT characters at that rate. Even more so than that, you would have Saiyans get a buff. Saiyans itself, like a genuine Saiyan team, has not been a thing since Green, Yellow? What was it? G4, Halo, Vegeta, and then the OG Super Saiyan 3 Goku got the Zenkai, the other Super Saiyan 3 Goku that we have here. It's been a hot minute. We do have quite a few Super Saiyan 3 Gokus, to be fair. We have the purple one, who has very similar art to this scene right here. He's from that same scene. The red one, the green one, the yellow one. We have, you know, 4 already, but getting another here, I think this is just very much an Ultra-worthy scene. I think most people would agree with that this character is most likely an Ultra, even over Majin Vegeta, because we have so many Majin Vegetas that are already premium, being the new Zenkai one, the new LF one, and for the most part, we don't usually get an LF or Ultra of the same character that just got a Zenkai. So if it's Majin Vegeta Zenkai, we most likely wouldn't get an LF or Ultra Majin Vegeta. Like, if Kid BUU got his Zenkai, right, LF Kid BUU, we most likely wouldn't get an Ultra Kid BUU, because, well, they just gave us a buff to a Kid BUU. Why would they give us another Kid BUU? Just doesn't make sense in a money manner, because they're like, wait, there's 2 Kid BUUs now? Wait, what happened there? People that are just trying to get into the game, they won't realize, oh, they're 2 different ones, but, you know, they might think they just have the wrong one at some point, and just kind of screws things over for a new player perspective, right? So if Majin Vegeta did get that Zenkai, that means, okay, no Ultra Majin Vegeta, then this is probably the other alternate option that would exist there. The LF, I do think, is one of the 2 most notable options here. Would be Ultimate Gohan. We do have some little pushes for this. I've actually seen some things in the adventures that show the rocks that Gohan trains with Goten. They're throwing fucking rocks at each other, right? They're dodging them. And then the sunglasses being from when Gohan goes in the World Tournament from Super Saiyan 1 to Super Saiyan 2 against Kibito, where he is showing off his power because Kibito asked him to. And then, you know, Spopovich, Yamu take his energy, blah, 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 to bait them out. bring him to the, you know, Babidi ship, Babidi ship, and then from there, the arc really gets going. So I've seen theories about that, but I mean, to be real, it's Ultimate Gohan. We're not looking at Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan as an LF. It just isn't it. Or like the Black Tunic Gohan that's like firing at BUU's chamber pod thing that he's, you know, getting all the energy from. It would be this guy, right? Obviously, hybrids, I wouldn't say they need help, but they could use something, right? They're not the best team in the game. It's kind of like Sun Family. They could use the help. Do they need the help? No, but could they use it? Sure, why not? They need to get, as a high top tier team, Gohan is a very much liked character by most people, so it would make sense. This is also a very good Part 1 type unit, just because, let's say, it's Gohan into a Super Saiyan 3 Ultra Goku. Well, there's Sun Family being rebuilt once again. There's hybrids being rebuilt. There's quite a few things people already enjoy, people already care for, you know, Gohan and Goku more than like a Majin Vegeta or like a BUU or like Gotenks as the LF. And by the way, that's an option, but compare Gotenks to, you know, Gohan here, it's such like a ways off. I could see Gotenks happening, to be fair, but like Gotenks is so unhyped compared to the other two options, I would say. Like Gotenks is like a sleeper like character. Like I don't really like Gotenks. I think he's just, you know, it's a kid. It's annoying. It's just kind of how it is, right? And I think that's what most people feel. But Gohan, people love this guy. You watch him grow up. So this is definitely a very high chance LF option, I would say. I would not think this is low at all. If anything, I probably think this is more likely than even the one I would want, which would be Mr. Fat BUU. I do think Fat BUU is a character that would be very deserving. BUU kills a lot of people, bro. He kills Babidi, he kills Deborah, he kills Vegeta. I know, he explodes, he kills himself, but Vegeta killed himself because he knew he couldn't kill Fat BUU in a raw fight. He knew he was weaker. He could not kill him. So Fat BUU, in turn, killed him, right? He made all these people to candy. He ate the motherfuckers. He just wiped out cities for fun, even with and without Babidi. Like, bro was a menace. I think this character is so deserving of an LF. I mean, this is fitting the perfect mold for me, right? The LF androids comparison, similar to Super BUU, but I think Fat BUU is just more deserving because I genuinely think he just has more feats, right? You know, he got all the Z fighters and, you know, made them into candy. Great job, Super BUU, but Majin Vegeta, Deborah, who Gohan's struggling against, beating the shit out of Gohan, Babidi, the one who's controlling everything for most of the arc there. Really, like, he's deserving. He fought Super Saiyan 3 Goku, for fuck's sake. Like, there's not many who've done that. I do think BUU would be very deserving. He does fit the mold of the LF androids, where it's like, okay, maybe it's not that hype, but he's definitely very cool. People like BUU. They think he's a very good, if not strong villain, he's just a strong villain that does his job correctly, which is terrorize the shit out of people. They call him Innocent BUU. That's ironic, considering in that next scene, that's where he beats the ever-living shit out of Gohan. But that's alright. That's actually hilarious. Or is that... Wait, no. Beats shit out of Deborah first. Yeah. No! It's one of the two. It doesn't matter. He beats the fuck out of them. But, nonetheless, does fit the mold. I would hope this character drops. I actually would want it to be like a blue unit. I know monster exists, but how the Legends likes to work is they like to eventually try to replace the 1%. If this 1% is really good, they're like, okay, we gotta get them the fuck out of the way. Like, we gotta, you know, settle them the fuck down. Stop running this guy. Run this new guy. Boom, someone for LF Fat BUU. He's 10 times better. You know, he seals ultimates and blue cards. So if he's blue, like, strike based or defense type or whatever, and he pops main ability, boom, he seals Rosé's, all his ultimates, all his blue cards for like 30 timer counts on main ability. It's like, oh shit, how the fuck do you beat him? Then he goes offensive neutral on main ability. It's like, oh shit, how the fuck can I beat him now? I don't even have my ultimates and blue cards, so I can't even just murder him in one shot. I just gotta get lucky. And then from there, he obviously has a lot of prowess. Obviously, being a regen buff, a PO buff, I'd love to see this as someone that first team in the game was regen. You know, it was green Buuhan, yellow Cell, and then, I'll be honest, I forgot the third unit, but it was those two, and I loved running them. I want to be able to run them again, if not a, you know, setup that's modernized with, like, red Cell, and then we have LF Cell, or Blue Zamasu, and then Fat BUU. Like, make regen relevant. Make this guy an LF, make Super BUU an LF, one of the two, just a BUU form, give them proper respect, is all I really ask for. I do think this is a very good candidate. I do think it fits the mold of the Android slot, where it could be very strong, but not that much hype, but still there's hype behind it. It's not boring. It's just not as hype as maybe something else. Like compare the LF androids to Jiren. I would say most people care more about the droids than Jiren at that point, you know, hype-wise, unit-wise especially. And I think BUU could fit the same exact mold as the LF android, same time slot. I genuinely think it's like the perfect unit to drop at this point. And then the last option being here as the other Ultra would be Majin Vegeta. Again, there is a concept where it's like, okay, we already got a Zenkai for the red one, so why are we getting Ultra this character? I understand that, but it's just the cult thought. I'll be honest, there's not many scenes from this arc I would consider Ultra worthy. You know, we got Vegeta already. All right, that's the biggest fucking, you know, Ultra worthy character because he's just manslaughtering everything. We got a situation where Super Saiyan 3 Goku could be the Ultra, and then it's Majin Vegeta. Where else could you see it? Could you see Gotenks? I guess, but this is going to be part 3 of the celebration. They want to go out with a bang, all right? They want to make their fucking bank. It's not going to be Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks if they want bank. Man, if they want, you know, underselling, sure, why not? Why would you ever want that as a company? Majin Vegeta is an option regardless of this little, you know, this Zenkai happens, so the Ultra can't happen, blah, blah, blah. He's still an option. It's one of the most hype characters in the entire arc, next to Vegito and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, obviously. And again, there's no other real scenes that kind of hit the mold. I mean, we could go back even to look in game here, like, what could I look at here? It's like, yeah, that could be an Ultra. I guess Buhan has capabilities, I guess, but anything else at all? Really? Like, nah, maybe Ultimate Gohan? Maybe? But even then, it kind of just fits better as an LF as Ultimate Gohan. I don't know. I don't think that Gohan, like, doing Ultimate Gohan as the first Ultra instead of FSK just kind of feels like a slap in the face. It's like if they did, you know, UI as the first Ultra instead of Namek Goku. It's like, really? Like, that's the first one for Goku? That doesn't make any sense at all. Like, you know his hype moments, given Vegeta got goddamn fucking Scouter Vegeta, and, you know, that's just problematic, but every other Ultra is their biggest moment, right? You look at, well, Ultra Kaioken, kinda? To an extent, it's kind of a prelude to his biggest moment, but Broly, UGB, USV, USG, these Ultras hit even. Like, that's probably his biggest moment in the tournament, right? That is the biggest moment of the arc, at least, because he's beating the fuck out of everybody. All these Ultras, for the most part, got their biggest moments, and I would say FSK just has to be the first one for Gohan. It's, again, the same thing as Namek Goku. It just had to be Namek Goku. It couldn't be anybody else. It has to be that character. It's just too iconic. And obviously, Majin Buu Saga Celebration, we're not going to see FSK. But that is my predictions. I do think an LF Fat BUU would be the LF. I do think a 1% could happen. Is it that possible? I don't know. I would say it's up in the air. If there is a 1%, I would hope it is maybe a Gotenks or a Piccolo, something like that. I didn't really touch on it because, again, it's up in the air. It's not really concrete. It's a campaign, not a celebration. So we're going off the past. There hasn't been guaranteed 1% on campaigns, only on celebrations. Again, look at the PO celebration, the Cooler banner, the LF from it. It was just EX Bowser, right? There's no 1% there. It's just an EX and LF, right? So we could see it happening. We could not. I would not be surprised if we didn't see a 1% on the banner. And then the Ultra, I think Super Saiyan Goku just fits better because, again, you go off the theory of the Zenkai. Well, how are we going to get another Majin Vegeta? Realistically, we already have 3 of them. Obviously, we do have a lot of Gokus, but to be fair, as an Ultra, none of them got buffed recently until, you know, until this guy gets a Zenkai next week or some shit, which he won't, but until he gets a Zenkai or the yellow one or whoever else, Super Saiyan Goku just fits the mold better. I would love for this Goku to get sparking so badly, man. God, his aesthetic is just so cool. But let me know what you guys think of my Ultra/LF prediction for the Majin Buu Saga Celebration, and I'll see you guys in the next one.